Today, 14.3% of U.S. residents are foreign-born, and 5.8% of Iowa's residents are foreign-born. That's all according to the American Immigration Council.
Tonight, one local college held an event to raise awareness about the immigration process. Tonight, Western Iowa Tech held its first ever Voices of Migration event on campus. The event started with a performance of the play The Courtroom. It reenacts a real woman's experience with immigration deportation proceedings. After the performance, they held a panel discussion where WIT employees shared their journeys to become citizens of the United States.
I hope they take back with them a greater appreciation for what built this country, which were people from other countries that came here and are still coming here.
Organizers also said they believe it's important to hold events like this to show those who want to become a U.S. citizen that there is a way to achieve it.